Hello, sir. Welcome to this restaurant.
Yes, thank you.
Would you like something to drink?
Yeah, baby, I'm thirsty.
Okay.
Can I? I'll have a Coke, please.
Sure.
Cool.
Pepsi's okay, right?
Wait, what?
We only have Pepsi, sir.
Coca-Cola!
Excuse me?
Coca-Cola! Coca-Cola!
Sir, we don't have it.
Coca-Cola! Coca-Cola!
Okay, fine. Here you go.
Thanks.
Woo!
How you doing today, guys? Got a little
Good.
special episode.
Oh.
Got my guy Rock with me.
Yep.
Special guest, Danny Casal.
What up?
You guys may know him as Coolman Coffee Dan,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
How you feeling today, brother?
Dude, I'm chilling, man. I'm enjoying this air conditioning. Thank you
hot
for
out.
blasting this.
Nah, I know how to
Hot
make
in
sure.
Brooklyn right now.
Shout outs to our Lady of Snow Society for letting us film in here today. We don't have a studio in Williamsburg anymore, so it gets a little crazy, but
We're making moves.
had to make it happen for my guy Dan over
Hell
here.
yeah. Hell
So,
yeah.
Man, your family's originally from Williamsburg.
Yep. Yep.
You were born and raised in Long Island.
Born and raised in Long Island. My great grandmother grew up a block away on Wither Street, and she still had that townhouse before they knocked it down a few months ago. But
It's crazy.
she, she bought it for like $3 or whatever it was worth back in the day, and now it's not worth $3.
Definitely not.
Isn't it funny how your family was from Williamsburg?
Yeah.
First of all, a little backstory. I met him from New York, Nico.
Yep. Yep.
And my dad knew who you were already. Like, he knew your family
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
So, fast forward a little bit. He moves to Long Island. His family moves to Long Island. Then he's this $1 million animator and says, I want to move back to Williamsburg.
Yeah, man.
So, how did that happen?
It's funny. I'm like talking to my grandfather now. I'm like trying to single-handedly get my family back here because they all moved out to Long Island. I later learned because having like a backyard meant like you made
Everything,
it.
yeah.
Or having a front lawn, like having grass means you made it. But he admits he misses like the community out here. But yeah, man, I grew up on Long Island. I never really fucked with the quiet. It was always a little too quiet out there, both like literally and
Gotta drive
metaphorically. Drive everywhere, but also like the social scene was not what it was in the city. And it literally was just like dead quiet. And I think I thrive creatively like with city noise. I like that. I like hearing that.
And
there's
just
other
maybe
people
get some
out there.
inspiration walking down the street. Like,
Inspiration everywhere. I always said like, in New York City you get more inspiration on a 10-minute walk to and from the supermarket than you do on a 2-hour drive on Long Island.
Yeah.
Just with the people and the characters that you come in contact with and over here. But I always knew that I wanted to move back here. So once college came into the picture, which I only did for 2 years, but that was my excuse to move here.
where did you go to college?
Pace University.
Okay.
Downtown Manhattan,
Gotcha.
Wall Street area, interesting area. Nothing's open after 8.
Yeah, no. It's kind of like Long Island in a weird way. Like,
In a weird
there's
way.
no action going on there at nighttime.
And all these Wall Street suited up guys. It was an interesting vibe. I mean, it was 100 times better.
You were
than the
dorming
time.
there too in
I
Wall
was
Street?
dorming. Yeah, that was an interesting time in my life, man. I mean, freshman college years. You can't compare any other year to that year.
That was the best year for me too. And then you gain like a quick 15 pounds,
Yeah, I got chubby, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was doing a lot of drinking, but I made a lot of. I eventually left college, but the friends and connections I made there is priceless.
Yeah,
like
no,
that paid for itself.
It's definitely a way to network college itself.
Yeah.
But Pace is like a commuter school, right?
So it could be.
It's expensive, bro. It pays like expensive college.
Yeah, I dorm there, but there's Pace Manhattan and then there's Pace
Brooklyn.
Westchester.
Isn't there one in Brooklyn too or no?
I'm not sure. Might be a building,
Yeah, I think it's a building.
but the one in Westchester is weird. It's weird. That one's probably the commuter one. There's like a farm on
really?
campus and
Okay.
all that. Yeah, I got accepted to that campus, and I transferred my scholarship to New York City.
Nice.
Like I was dead set.
I'll call it
Okay.
New York.
This was always the
If
dream.
you're going out on Long Island, you had to get right in the
I
middle of
had
everything.
to get out, man. I had to get out. I was going crazy. Like I just needed really at the end of the day, it's the social scene that Brooklyn and New York City kind of gives you.
Yeah.
You know, like I would have never met you, New York Nico, on Long Island. I mean, maybe, but just
I remember you
being out
came
here-
to the shop a bunch of times, and then Nico was like, "This is my guy Dan. He does amazing animation," and it's just funny because you promote that you're a bad animator.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what's that all about? Like,
I'm not a good animator. I mean, shit. Like
the stories are funny as hell, though.
yeah, I don't want to say I'm an animator or a good animator because at the end of the day, I don't know how to professionally animate, and there's all these people out here on Instagram pretending like there's something they're not. So I rather just say I'm bad and set the bar super low.
I respect
so it's
it,
nothing
yeah.
but up from there. You know, you go in with your expectations pretty low, but I think that's part of it. Is people go in, they don't know what to expect. They expect some dumb shit because it's bad drawing. But then the message of the comedy gets to them and like almost surprises them. You know, and like, oh, this is pretty
Like,
good.
some real quick. Like, I don't know if anybody watching his videos ever seen any of his work, but one that had me cracking up was the restaurant and the guy's ordering Pepsi. I know he's ordering Coca-Cola. He's like, no, we only have Pepsi.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. She had me cracking up.
Yeah. That one blew up, man.
Yeah, that
that
one's
was
bad.
about a year ago. I made that one just to
So
show you like how.
how long were you like doing these videos until
Yeah.
you had that one that went viral? You know,
So that's the crazy thing, man. Pretty much the first animation that I made was the one that went viral.
wow, you got lucky
I
there.
got super lucky.
Home run right off
You
the
got
bat.
lucky. There's
I
people that do
know.
it for years, and
I know. And honestly, I know myself. If I were doing it for years and it wasn't hitting, I probably would have fell off it. But I was very lucky that the first one is the one that went viral. And it was just like a dumb 3 a.m. idea that I had while brushing my teeth, and
That's where they all come out.
yeah, I was like, I'm not going to be able to fall asleep if I don't make it. And I made it in like an hour and posted it and went to bed. And then it like hit off a little bit.
Now, wait, you posted on your personal or YouTube?
I'm on Instagram.
On
So
Instagram?
Coolman Coffee Dan was my personal, and then it blew up and it turned into a whole bigger thing. But
Whole company.
yeah, for real. But you know, it was sitting at like 10,000 views for a week, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty good actually. Like I never had 10,000 views on an Instagram video. But then
And this was your first like animation,
first animation for the most part.
video wise, like
Video wise, like with the specific color scheme and like the characters and the font like popping up.
Yeah.
And you know, I only did the font because I'm like, I don't know, like shit, like people maybe want to watch this in class or on the subway, so I want them to read what's going on. But since it's become like a character in and of itself, you know what I mean? The subtitles. But so about a week into it, I start seeing DMs from like the 2,000 people that followed me at the time, and they were saying, yo, like this meme page with like 500,000 followers just reposted your shit and didn't credit you. And I was like freaking out, and I was like hitting up this meme page, and then I started seeing like it was on ifunny.com, and somehow within the past week this video like spread all over the internet without me noticing.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a watermark on it. None of them really credited me.
You know what that's like?
He's just smiling right now because he knows the feeling.
Yeah, what happened to you?
No, so there's a lot of instances where you post something in the beginning, especially when
Yeah.
we first started. You know, I remember very vividly what happened. It's just good content that other people use, and in cases where you do use your watermark, yours is a little different because it's a video.
Yeah.
But in cases where you do use a watermark, people just stamp it over yours.
Oh, I've had that done
You
to
know?
mine for sure. I've had some motherfuckers get so creative, man. They like mask it out.
Yeah.
Like they just do the color of the background. If the background color is pink, they'll just mask it out
Right.
magically.
That's crazy.
Like they'll spend a solid few minutes on like
Can you
destroying my
imagine?
life.
Can you imagine like not being that creative in your own content, but you guys spend 20 minutes to fix something
Consciously like stamping out, and it hurts, man. It's
So
like I
so
spend
let's
time
get
on
let's
that.
get back to that. So
Yeah,
you didn't have your watermark, right?
yeah. I
And-
didn't think to. You know?
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
didn't
but
know, people were
sometimes
shitty.
like
Yeah.
the watermark like makes it look weird, but like in his instance, like at least someone knows like, oh, this is dope. Where could I find it?
Yeah.
And they'll follow you.
Yeah, totally. So that started happening, and I was like, it was like it was an amazing feeling because I've been trying to go viral for like 10 years I've been making YouTube videos.
That's everybody's dream. Let's be real here.
Going viral.
You want
that was always
at
the
least
goal.
one part of your life to just go viral. And
That everybody
obviously
sees your
something good.
stuff.
And it never happened. And then like this one video that I just like thought was gonna be some bullshit blew up. And dude, it was like the next 2 weeks of my life, it was like a full-time job. Like me DMing these pages, like, hey, I wasn't trying to make enemies, so I'm like,
Right.
hey, I appreciate using my video. Do you mind throwing my tag? And like 99% of them said, oh yeah, no problem. I didn't know it was yours.
Right.
A lot of the time, you like go.
That's if
into
you get
hotbed.
lucky that they see it though, because
see
they have a
it,
lot of
yeah,
requests.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, there was like a bunch of pages that didn't
read it, right?
even reply or said like "fuck you." There's some like for sure dicks out there, especially these meme pages. They're run by like 12-year-olds.
Right.
So
I get messaged. I get
message.
messaged by like meme pages all the time, like to get paid to post, like
Yeah.
even to shop everything. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like, we don't really need that, but
Yeah.
it's crazy
It's
because
a
they're all
whole
looking for money.
business. It's a whole
Yeah.
business, man. And I didn't realize until my animation blew up because I just thought I didn't know there was money behind memes. But then I started meeting all these like professional memers that were reaching out to me. Some of them are
sounds so
really
funny.
good
Professional
friends now.
memers.
They're like there's like businesses in Manhattan that are just like meme pages.
Wow.
You know, like Fuck Jerry and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They're like and like a bunch of others in Manhattan. They make a lot of money just posting memes and shit. But yeah, man, it was a weird feeling. Just like it was blowing up everywhere, and I wasn't getting the credit, and then I had to hustle on my own to make sure. Once people started tagging me, that's when the followers started coming in, and then I was like, shit, I gotta post an animation like ASAP
Yeah, you
to
need that
like
continuous
follow up content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that did pretty well too. The second animation, I'm like, all right, this is what I'm doing now.
And then right then and there,
I was just like laser focused, man.
damn, that's awesome.
Laser focused.
What's the creative process of like doing one of these videos? Like, is it like right away? Like you think, like you said, you walk to the subway and you see something, and you're like, I gotta do that when I get home.
Yeah. So like a good example is I did this one animation where this guy is ordering a coffee, and the barista is like totally like deadpan, and the guy sips the coffee and says like, oh, thank you, and the barista doesn't reply, and you're like, thank you, and the barista still doesn't reply, and like the dude freaks out and punches the glass and is like saying like, I said thank you, be nice back, like, and that was through me like, ordering
Real life
coffee around.
This was at the
here.
panini shop, and the girls didn't say you're welcome.
But there's like all these like hipster coffee shops around here, and you're like coming in with a good mood, and you say, "Oh, thank you," and they just don't reply.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like,
Honestly,
shit,
as
like-
from a business perspective, though, like
Yeah, tell
if
me.
you're someone's spending money,
Yeah.
you have to say thank you.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
have a nice something.
Oh,
like,
I thought you were gonna tell me like,
No.
Sometimes I'm in a bad mood and I don't want to speak. To
No,
the
no, no,
customer.
no, no.
That's
Customers
whether
are
you're in a bad
Right.
mood or not, like you need to like make sure your customer feels appreciated.
Oh
you know?
yeah, dude, or some type of acknowledgement. I was
'Cause,
getting
like,
nothing from these people.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
not cool.
No, you going like small businesses you're talking about, or just like
Like,
anywhere? Really?
like,
Yeah,
like a
no,
little
like-
spot, you know.
Not even like. I mean, Starbucks is good. Like they always say something, but I guess
Yeah.
that's because they have to.
They're trained, you know.
Yeah, but like I guess like the small businesses.
Yeah.
Like there's these weird ass people.
Like the variety.
dude. I mean, yeah, like sometimes you just come across this barista and they just like pretend you're not there. I'm like, shit, is it that hard? So that was like inspiration. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know other people are gonna relate to this. I know this is like something that
Similar
happens
to what
other
we
people.
do, you know.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
you're
you-
saying a lot is a lot of content creativity, and a lot of the creativity we have is literally not even trying to think of what to post. It just comes out of nowhere.
You just think about that relatability aspect.
Yeah. So like yesterday, for example, somebody opened the door, and Sabina's mom was like, "Oh, close the door because the mosquitoes are gonna come in." I was like, "Damn, there it is."
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
one,
yeah.
you know?
Well, but we do a little different. We
Right.
Google image of kid opening door.
Yeah.
And we-
Dude, I love it.
You
I love
know,
it.
so it's a
so,
little
you, so you
different.
think you're like, damn, like other Italians will definitely relate to this.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
Yeah. The
It's-
household
Yeah, dude,
rules.
it's so weird how it all started, man. It's like we thought we were so Italian, and I think we are, but I just want to see if the world was as Italian as us.
Yeah.
and it really hit on. So
The interesting thing about those types of memes, like talking about family life and growing up,
Mm-hmm.
is you guys like point out shit that people don't even think of. They just think it's normal, and then they're like,
Yeah,
and they
dude.
like they kind of forget about it too. Like
just
they've
because
moved
like
out,
that's what we're used to,
you're
you know.
used to it, and then you point it out, and that it just like it pumps out endorphins. They're like, that's right, that's exactly
Like
what my mom.
we'll give you another example. Like you ever see when you look in a fridge and you see a polio ricotta container and you
Yeah,
open
yeah.
it and all of a sudden there's like mushrooms in there or something, like
Damn,
recycling like butter
I didn't
tubs
grow up
and
that
stuff.
Italian. Shit. What was that all about?
Not to throw out the plastic, you know, like
Yeah,
everything. Or like when you open a drawer and there's like 100 plastic bags popping out, you know.
So
what I mean?
my dad was the Italian side. My mom is the Irish side. So I really saw the Italian when we went to my dad's side for Christmas and all. Like, you know, downstairs we would do the Christmas parties here. But I like my grandmother, who's still alive. She, you know, I like that growing up on like the homemade sauce, the pasta Sundays, getting the family together, all that. But still, it was like a little diluted. I think there was like this rush, unfortunately, in my family, that they wanted to get out to Long Island and like start like this new ideal like Long Island life. And I always like kind of wish like everyone just stayed super Italian, stayed in this neighborhood. You definitely saw it when I would speak to my great grandmother. She, you know, lived to like 96. Swept and watered the sidewalk every day. You know,
Watered
like
the sidewalks. Yeah, that's another day.
watering the sidewalk, and I would see like I would go in and like everything's perfect. She's like 96, living alone. Everything's clean. Everything's organized. She grocery shops like on her own, like a power woman up until the last day.
Yeah, dude.
And that was when I like really saw the old. I never met my great grandfather, but apparently he was a character and a half. You know, the stories my dad tells me. But really, it's like all these stories that I would hear of you know, the old Italian family. Like, I love those stories, man.
Those are the best.
Those
and
like,
to be honest, that's why
joy.
we started a page, just to like get everybody to be proud of what we come from and keep it going, because we're next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we don't keep it going, then it's over.
So there's like some like last generation like about to go out, right? How do you feel about that? Like some of the last of the old generation.
Yeah.
out here.
I mean, luckily, like I look at my parents and stuff, and I'm like, you know, they got it. And it's funny because just from like me having my little kids, I see they're already starting with that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're implementing it, you know, and it's important that you keep it going. Like,
Yeah.
If not, we're all going to be the same thing.
This guy's wearing a root shirt, Italian root shirt.
Special occasion, you know?
No, but it's crazy. Like you said, it's getting diluted. But really, I guess a way to hold on to it is the page, you know. And 50 years from now, you know, wherever that page may take us, hopefully one day we just have our grandchildren, you know, still incorporating some of the cultural things
Yeah.
we did and
Yeah.
traditions. It's hard, but, you know, it is what it is. You just got to try your best to hold on to it.
Yeah, man. I love walking around here. Like a bunch of my neighbors are old Italian ladies, and I love it because it keeps the you know, the old principles alive.
Yeah, man.
But it's like sad, man. Like in 10 years, like I don't know if they're gonna be here, man. And you have more and more newbies that are rolling in. No offense to like, you know, anybody new rolling into Williamsburg because it's the cool thing, but I'm just noticing pretty much in real time, like quickly,
it's happening. It's happening.
like diluting, like the old appreciation of what this used to be. Even when I would visit Williamsburg like 10 years ago, when I was still in middle school, dude, like it was way different than it is now.
Yeah.
Just 10 years ago. It
This
was
is the
like,
cool place to be, though. Like
yeah, it
you were
was not
saying.
polished,
Yeah.
even as it is now.
Because I went to high school in Astoria.
Yeah.
And people were like, where's Williamsburg? Now, everybody I went to high school with is like hanging out in the north side at
Right.
bars.
All the
I'm
Right.
like, that's crazy.
It
Nobody
seems
knew what
to,
it was.
it's
But-
like attracting the Manhattan crowd.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yeah.
But just to touch on what he said real quick, like the one thing I'm happy about Williamsburg is like the IFTV guys were by the shop the other day, and they basically, it's our friends that have a soccer page, and they're from Bay Ridge. And they were hanging in front of the store, and they like see like, you know, Charlie passing by, cracking jokes. Then they see another guy passing by, and they're like, wow, this is like really a neighborhood. I'm like, yo, honestly, it still is. Like,
Yeah.
it's still there. And like places like us, Fortunato's, and you know, his dad's spot, Mama Rosario, they keep that like neighborhood feel alive.
Yeah, man.
know?
And that's what I appreciate when I first discovered New York Nico's page. Is I'm like, damn, dude, like he's keeping up. He's shedding light on
The mom and
what
pops.
matters.
Yeah, the
what
mom
really
and pops
matters
too,
around
yeah.
here. Like the Charlies, like all these characters, the true characters. You know, none of these. I don't know. Like I think everybody's nowadays is too cool for school. You know, walking around
Or
like
they think like
suppressing
some
their
fake,
personality,
some
or
fake,
some fake
stuff,
clout,
yeah.
whatever. But like,
Following trends, like
yeah,
doing what they think is cool, you know.
Let's talk about that ice cream trend real quick. You guys definitely know what I'm talking about.
Which one? Yeah, what is that?
Bro.
Wait.
So
Can you describe it to me?
People are going into local supermarkets, and some ice cream doesn't have a label on, not a label, a cover on top. So after you pull up the lid, it's just ice cream.
Okay.
So they'll literally like lick out of the ice cream and then put it back.
That's what's going on
You'll
right
never know
now?
if you're buying it, but they're recording it.
But
and
what is
it.
this? What?
So they go in a supermarket. Let's say, I don't know, we'll shout out Eddie's Ice Cream here, all right? We get Eddie's Ice Cream. You take off the lid. There's no cover
Oh, I
on
see what you're
top
saying.
of it.
But like Haagen-Dazs, the Ben and Jerry's, all that they
have-
do.
They have the cover
The
on top.
plastic.
They literally lick the ice cream and then put it back. And then record it. And of course it went viral because, what doesn't
That's
nowadays,
nasty.
but-
Yeah.
Damn, dude. See, I don't eat dairy.
Yeah.
I'm good.
He's lucky.
You're good,
Yeah.
you're good. I don't
No
know if
cheese
it's-
gang right here.
It was a trend for a week, like up to date, but I don't know if it's dying out. But I do know the first girl that posted it, she's like facing 2 to 20 years in prison.
good.
So
Come on, you can't be dumb. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
That's nasty,
She's
bro.
gonna be known as the ice cream licker in jail. She's gonna have to do a ton of push-ups to get any respect
Yeah.
in the jail cell.
maybe that's some content you could come with. Somebody
shit.
licking ice cream.
I
And then
Dude,
ended up in jail.
See,
That's genius.
what happens is I don't see the original meme. I don't know why I miss it on my timeline. I just see all the follow-up memes. So I'm like, what is this about? I kept seeing tweets
And
about.
you go back to it,
It's
right?
hard to backdate
Dude,
it.
I keep seeing tweets about the ice cream liquor, like, and how people are only going to grab the one in the back shelf.
Yeah, they're like
now
stumbling all the way to the back.
Damn, dude. But yeah, like all these people, trying to, I don't know, do shit for Instagram likes. When really, I think New York Nico is driving home a good principle where if you just be yourself, you could get, the right eyes on you. You get the right people fucking with you. You get the right kind of audience cheering you on. It's a good point to drive home.
Nah, definitely. I agree with it.
And it brings people together.
That's
Like,
why me and
right
him get along so well, because I'll be like, yo, check this guy out. Like, he's really funny. And then like I introduced him to Charlie, Luca,
Yeah.
a bunch of others, and we just get along so well because we have that same sense of comedy and what's funny. Like, we're not out here looking at Kardashians and
Yeah.
that other stuff that other people like obsess over. You know what I'm saying? But instead, like, I'll send him a like little chubby guy eating ice cream outside. and
Yeah.
we both think it's hilarious. It's
love
just like
that
a
shit.
different sense of humor. But yeah, like he said, truthfully, like we probably wouldn't have connected if it wasn't for Nico. And
Yeah, man, definitely not. I don't think we ever would have come. I mean, we've seen your stuff, like Sabino said. We saw all your
Yeah.
stuff, but like you said, you didn't have watermarks on them.
Yeah.
yeah, when Nico
Nobody
showed me his
knows.
page, he's like, "Oh, I'm like, wow, this guy has 1 million followers,"
Yeah,
and
dude.
I'm like,
It's
"Yo,
incredible.
this artwork looks familiar because
Yeah.
what you're doing, I would say you're pretty much the only one with that style, right?"
Yeah, I mean, there's some copycats, as with anything, that has me feeling a certain type of way. No, but I'm seeing them more and more, which is interesting. But
How do you handle that? Like,
You're the head
Yeah.
honcho, though, so I wouldn't.
yeah, well, yeah, but then there's people that like don't speak English in like very different parts of the world. So you get these copycat accounts that pretty much emulate your style, but with like their part of the world's niche humor and language.
and their language and all that.
And
yeah.
their pages like blow up to a good like hundreds of thousands of followers. And
These are
that
the
shit's
Dubai
like,
people for sure.
dude, these like, and that like throws me for a loop because then I'm like, all right, fuck, do I like ignore them? Do I like call them out? Do I collab with them? It's like I typically it's ignore them until like I gotta call them out. I haven't like bit the bullet and collabed with them yet because I feel like that's giving.
I
them
mean, if
more
the money's
followers.
right, you probably could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if the bag, secure the bag.
Well, there's no money involved, like
Because then you'll just be the big homie to them. You know?
half of these people though that copycat are young kids that don't realize that it's wrong to copycat. You know what I mean?
There
So
should
it's
be
just
like there should be a lesson though, because copying is like not cool, and even certain instances, I feel like people copy me, and it's not cool. Like,
Yeah.
as far as like sandwich wise, like business wise,
yeah,
copying is not cool. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
creativity, I
Be
respect
creative.
creativity. Like,
yeah.
but nowadays people are just like they'll do anything to go viral
They'll
or
just
get
copy,
followers,
exactly,
whatever
yeah.
it is. You know?
There's a huge difference between copying and getting inspired by. I would say getting inspired by is like you know, I grew up on cartoons, and I always appreciated how they make me felt and made me laugh, and so I turned that into my own thing. And I spent years making sure I found my own thing. I never liked feeling like I was copying somebody, and it took years to find my own style.
I mean,
finally did it,
they teach you in school, like that's one of the most important things, that plagiarism. Like, you get a 0 for it, you know,
Right.
like
It's the worst thing you could do. And then there's that saying, like, what is it? Copying or imitation is the most flattering form of whatever, but like,
yeah, it's not flattering.
it's not, man. And like, I mean, shit, I knock on wood, I've yet to come across a page that copies and becomes bigger than me. The day that does happen, you know, I'll make sure it doesn't.
Mad man Coffee Dan.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, I gotta lawyer up at that point, but I haven't crossed.
Back to like what you got going on though. What's next for you? I mean, I see you sell a bunch of merch, and you gave me a free sticker packet that I slapped in front of the store, and the presentation was dope.
Thank you, bro.
And I noticed like everything's sold out, so it's like a Supreme drop almost. Like you gotta get it while it's hot.
Yeah, yo.
So do you release every season or?
Yeah, I only started doing that like the past few months. I first started with my hoodie in March, and I was like, damn, I don't know what to expect. And my manufacturer was like, you know, we got to sell a minimum of 300. Like, that's the minimum.
And you were nervous about
like,
it?
Shit, like, I don't know. Like, what if I only sell like 100? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
These
scary,
are $50 hoodies. These are expensive. But you know, I made my own like video commercial and like
Pushing it, right?
I just like, and I like doing that. Like, I did freelance video before I did animation. So like, I was like, you know, getting in there with my photography friends, and we made some like bomb promo for it. And I drop it, and like we sold 100 in like the first 10 minutes. And I was like,
dope, yeah.
Yo, it was like midnight too. So it felt like an official release, and I was blown away, man. Like, I was on ecstasy for like a month with that feeling, just like, yo, this is incredible. Like, just that there's this many
people, if they know it's limited, they're gonna want it even more. You know,
exactly. Yeah.
Because then you know, like, listen, I'm making this hoodie once, that's it. You know, and then.
Yeah, and it's cool because people that like enjoy your stuff, they could forever say, you know, rock this hoodie that they got, you know, when in March of 2019, like, that's a one-time thing. So I think going forward, I'm definitely trying to do more of that. I just did my T-shirts. Eventually want to get into stores, like physical stores, but I mean, Supreme is a good example. I'm trying to like make limited edition, like, sexy shit. I'm not trying to just do some like bullshit creator merch, you know, that just says my name on it and nothing
I'm
else.
sure like one point, like, you won't be at that point where people are reselling your stuff. Like,
apparently
I got
that's
this.
happening already.
It's happened. So
I've been seeing some
that means you made it.
Yeah, like,
Nobody's
I'm selling the
reselling.
hoodie.
Nobody's reselling art shirts.
I'm seeing some comments saying, you know, selling your special hoodie on eBay. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I mean, they might sell.
That means
for
you made
fun.
it though.
That's cool, dude. I like the resale culture. Is
You know,
cool.
for two people to be able to make money on that.
Yeah, right. It's true. I mean, people are out here hustling, but yeah, I don't know.
So more merch is
I want
in.
to have like a show one day, whether it be on TV.
I could
or
picture
Netflix,
that. You know what I mean?
you know,
Like,
like a cartoon series. But what I'm learning is that like so much of my path is like shaped as I go on and meet different people, and you know, like, I never would have thought like I would want to do murals until I met like a bunch of cool
yeah,
mural
that's
artists.
something we're gonna be doing real soon.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I was thinking about like the amount of pictures and foot traffic that shit's gonna get, because
Oh, hell yeah.
Panini Shop's so popular, man. That's gonna be
Oh, don't toot my horn, man. I appreciate that.
that's gonna be so cool, man. I mean,
It's gonna be fun to do a live
it's gonna
stream of
be-
that, though.
It's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be like, personally, it's gonna be like, I feel like I'm giving back to, you know, where my family started, like right on the same block.
Yeah,
How crazy is
exactly.
that? So yeah, man, but like my whole path here is just like molded by the people I meet. Like,
Yo,
which is
maybe you
great.
should start doing some prints, man. Like,
How so?
do-
Like posters?
like art, like real legit art pieces. You know, like
I wanna do some
one of
mud
ones.
guts one
Yeah,
of
that's what I'm
these
saying.
days.
Yeah, it's
Apparently they're
Nico's
booked the
your
fuck
guy.
out.
Yeah, Nico's your guy for that.
Yeah.
But I could picture you like, you know, selling your art to your fans easily, like doing gallery type stuff. Because you usually do it like all digital, right? Like,
All digital. Yeah.
I don't know
I
what
don't
that
know
is.
how long it could be, honestly. I don't really use TikTok, but I know
Yeah.
a lot of young kids use TikTok, and that, I don't know.
We gotta get on it now that it's.
It's like, yeah, what are we gonna do? I don't even know what the hell we would do.
Yeah, TikTok is like, I don't know, bro. It's also kind of trash half the time. But, you know.
It's like, what am I watching half the time? That's what it feels like to me.
You hear about this girl selling bathwater? This influencer?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Belle Delphine or something.
Well, use bathwater?
Yes, she's selling like
She
little
was famous on TikTok?
Yeah, I think she got her start on TikTok, but she's like this real life anime looking girl with pink hair.
Oh,
I mean,
my
she's
God.
out here hustling, man. She's selling like
Bathwater.
Of course.
so it's like literally like I don't know, like this much, like little like really small jars that says Gamer Girl bathwater selling for $30. And it's sold out, bro,
Better
in like a
cop that
day.
right
It's sold out, bro.
She
You're out of
made
luck.
she made thousands.
She made a lot of money,
That's
yo.
insane, dude.
Um,
Imagine you doing that. I mean, you could probably get some people to buy it.
I don't think I will sell out, but maybe sell a few. I mean, shit though.
Once the man's bath.
Well, here's what I'm like.
It's a crowd though. That it's a crowd she has too, probably. You know.
So she did this other like she's just like she's really a genius at the end of the day. Like when I first saw the headline, I'm like, are you kidding me? But then you're like, you gotta respect the hustle to a certain degree. She did this thing. It's like she posted an Instagram photo and she said, if this gets 1 million likes, I'll start a Pornhub account. And you have all these horny like little dudes, like gamer dudes, like really would love to see her in a porn. And she
did cartoons for it, I'm assuming.
No, even worse, even more funny. So she reached 1 million likes, and she's like, "All right, guys, like, started a Pornhub account. You know, go over there. There's 10 videos on there, and like, it's all like trolling video. It's like, say the title is like, playing with my pussy. It's like a 10-minute video of her playing with like a stuffed
cat?
animal cat. Yeah, and then like,
Okay, I see.
you know, PewDiePie
Yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube. It's like fitting PewDiePie in my mouth, and it's like her just eating this printed picture of PewDiePie. So I don't know, bro.
Let me ask you, did you watch some of these?
I didn't watch any of them, dude. I'm clean. I'm a good boy. But
I'm messing with you.
god damn, dude, like she. How do you
Creative,
She's killing
dude.
it,
It's
yeah.
creative, you know.
how much
Different.
money does she make on $30 bathwater? And then you're like, did she actually take these baths, like, or is it just Aquafina? You know.
You never know.
Dirty water, man.
I don't even want to know what people did to that bathwater, but
I don't know. Do
Take
some.
a shot of it. Louis the 13th.
nah, but yo, back to you, dude. Like, I'm a little envious because I always wanted to have that creativity, that artistic skill, that graphic designing skill, that animation skill. That's always been like a little dream of mine to
Yeah.
have that skill in its own. And I'm sure with a little learning, I'll probably ever get there. But I can't believe at such a young age you were like nasty with it, you know?
Yeah, man. No,
Content,
thank you.
I'm sure you've seen how you've gotten better with it with time. Obviously.
Yeah.
But like, dude, right off the rip, your content was great. You know,
Thank you, bro.
It's just
Viral of 1 out of
Yeah,
1
man.
right away.
Yeah, I mean, I've been making YouTube videos since like.
Now, when you release these like videos, is it every certain day of the week or is it just random?
I try to
Whenever you
do
feel
every
it?
few days.
Yeah?
Every like I aim for like every 4 or 5 days. I mean,
It's like 1 week 1, 1 week 2.
yeah, it's like a lot. You know, I'm trying to outsource the work so I could focus on bigger projects and like longer form animations. You know, like I just passed 1 million subscribers on YouTube, so I'm trying to do longer.
Congratulations, bro.
Congrats, dude.
Thank you, man.
That's a
So I'm
big
trying
accomplishment.
to do like, you know, 4 or 5. I mean, the goal would be to do 4 or 5 minute longer videos on YouTube, because YouTube like favors long form content.
Yeah.
Also trying
That's
to get
where the
back
money
into
is.
podcasting. You know, like I'm trying to do longer form shit. But you know, I'm focusing on like growing the Coolman team. I think is important, because if you just put it all on yourself, then you're gonna go
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
I know you spoke about collabing recently, but do a lot of pages like message you like, hey man, you know, you should work with us, you know, we should make a video together, or hey man, you know, can you
Want to
shout us out?
collab?
And
Meanwhile, it's like a person with 100 people. Hey, man, would love to collab with you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's funny. Like you can't. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. It has to be an exchange of value, right? Like, if you have 100 followers and like no videos on your page, you can't hit up a page and say, "Want to collab." You have to either say the right way to do that would be to be like, you know, hey, I know I don't have that many videos right now, but I would love to like animate like 5 videos for you. And you don't even have to shout me out. Like maybe just shout me out in your story. Like provide the creator with value, you know, so you're not like
It has to make sense. Like you said, like,
work for like that. The other way would be me working for like free and getting this dude all this clout
Yeah.
for no reason, no
Exactly.
return. But
Which
like,
is 95% of the time the case. Like I don't think
Yeah.
that's the case where it was like what you said.
Like we,
Yeah.
what we get a lot of is like Italians sending us like funny videos, and like that's when we like talk amongst ourselves, like us three, and we're like, "Is this good? Is this not good?
yeah,
Is
it's
this corny?"
important. It's important to
You know what I
have
mean?
like a standard, because you have people on your page that appreciate what you're putting out there. If you start putting out shit, then they might unfollow. Like, it's good that you're conscious of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep like everything pristine. Like every video, I'm trying to be like 100% grade A, good shit.
That's tough, man.
It's
I give you
tough
credit.
though, like because you're
But quality, man.
quality,
No,
Yeah.
it's always
quality over
quality
quantity.
over quantity. I always say that.
Yeah,
It's just hard to have that. I mean, I know you have that reputation now, but just always doing that for yourself. I could imagine some things are not perfect, and like, damn, like I can't sleep until I get this right.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure you
yeah,
have
yeah.
those sleepless nights.
yeah.
Where it's just you're in the zone, so you don't want to get out of the zone by sleeping.
Well, you know what? It's a balance, because it's quality over quantity, but also you don't want to be like making sure that one video is perfect, and you get to this like obsessive point where you never release it.
Yeah. All of a
like
sudden,
the
you're working
middle.
on it for a year, and it's
Right.
not out.
I have friends, man, that like have been working on a short film for like years.
And I'm sure they're talented as hell, and
I'm
they like can't.
yo, like just like put it out there. Like close the chapter and move on to the next one, because you're gonna learn from that one.
Yeah.
But like,
absolutely.
don't you like so much of it is just release. That's why I'm a fan of like posting every 4 or 5 days, because it forces me to just get it out there. That's done. Move on to the next thing. If you're spending too long on a project, I mean, most of the nine out of 10 times, it's not gonna live up to your expectations. You know what I mean? I think if it's an appropriate, if you're working on a feature film for a year or two, that makes sense. But I think people blow it out of proportion, or they, even worse, they're saying, people have these ideas that they never act upon. There's these people that say, "Oh, I always thought about starting a podcast, but you guys actually did it." You know?
Yeah,
what I
and
mean?
we recorded probably 3 or 4 before we even released one, just because
Yeah.
we want to make sure we had like the first 3
You're practicing.
practicing, and we want to make sure we had not just released one and then
Oh,
never
your
did it
backlog.
again. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah. See, like, people, I mean, they love to have ideas, but they don't like acting upon them. My good friend Chantel Martin put it quite simply and said, if just by doing, you're already in the top like 10%. Just by acting upon the idea.
Yeah.
The other 90% of the people just have these ideas and never act upon them. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
that
makes
was
me feel a
always
little
like
better.
like, I mean, you're already in the top percent of podcasters, because the other 90% are podcasters that haven't even started the podcast
yeah.
yet.
I don't know if we
what I
are
mean?
statistically though. There's some popping
In the
podcasts
grand
out
scheme
there.
of
In the head,
things,
baby.
But yeah, man, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I've always been practicing. Like, I've been doing online content for over 10 years, and it's all like just been trial and error. Just like
Right
seeing
along
what
the way.
works and what doesn't.
That's great.
And
man.
I would have never thought the animations would be what takes off, but it's cool that it is.
Yo, man, keep doing what you're doing, Danny. I really appreciate you taking time out of your summer
My pleasure
to hang
man.
out with us.
Yeah, man.
You know,
thank
chop
so
it
much.
up.
I appreciate you guys having me in this historical building.
Anytime, man. We have a Scopa tournament. You know Scopa?
No, what is that?
Scopa's like an Italian card game. We're going to have a tournament here July 29th.
I'm there.
You're more than welcome to come.
I love it, yo. That's great.
And we're going to have a lot of characters here.
Do you
so-
play?
Of course, but I'm not going to play this day because
Yeah.
we're going to do some really dope video for it, covering it.
Oh, so
Kind of
cool.
like, because now we're trying to get into like the whole like video aspect and like media aspect of this business of like really covering Italian things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hell
So
yeah,
that's like
dude.
where our future is, like where we see it going.
I love
so-
it. I love it.
I definitely want you to come by if you're around.
I'll
though.
be at
You'll love
Scopa.
it.
Hell yeah, yo. I'll be here.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, take
See
it
you
easy,
soon.
guys. Dan, thank you.
Thank you.